Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
An innovator named Jaideep Tiwari has come up with an innovative device called MigraRelief. This is a boon for people suffering from migraine. MigraRelief is a drug-free and wearable solution for migraine and sleep issues. During migraine, the nervous system becomes hypersensitive, which causes chemical disbalances in brain, resulting various abnormal activities in blood vessels. In MigraRelief, the patented transducer helps to perform neuromodulation by generating infrasound waves, which helps to ease upon the overactive nerve. This ultimately modulates the abnormal nerve activities, alleviating the headache and sufferings.
Welcome to another edition of Changemakers. Healthcare sector is one of the largest and most important sector of our country, and facilitating it even more with changing times and technology is only possible through some game-changing innovations. These innovations are important because as network of people and technology become more interconnected, healthcare organizations are going to need better tools for solving health challenges at larger scales. Today we have with us one such innovator named Jaideep Tiwari, who has developed an innovative solution in healthcare sector. Let's hear more from him. Welcome Jaideep Tiwari. Please give us a brief about your innovation and the problem it solves.
Brahmansh is serving the domain of mental health care with its innovative flagship product MigraRelief. MigraRelief helps people suffering from migraine headache pain and sleep.
Okay, Jaideep, what made you work on this problem and what inspired you?
So in year 2017, when we were in college, I myself had the problem of general anxiety disorder. So I used to visit many psychologists and psychotherapists, and I was also very much interested in different kind of practices of meditation. So I always wanted to. I always had a vision that if we could use technology for enhancing the brain capacity, that would be great. So that's how I started reading different research journals and articles, and got to know about many things, like how we can see inside the brain with the help of EEG or MRI scan. This kind of technology I got in aware, and sound technology. At that time, headphones were used. Then we thought that there could be a better solution for that, so we invented bone conductive sound, infrasound, and that's how it started in year 2017.
Great. So you participated in Smart India Hackathon in the year of 2018 as well. So can you please brief about your participation in SIH?
So at those time, since headphones were available at that time, normal headphones with which we can hear through ear, but we invented a technology, transducer, which can pass the sound through bone. So if you put the transducer, uh, which is more like, in general term, speaker, if you put it over here, then sound will pass through bone and it will reach the inner ear, that is cochlea, directly bypassing your outer ear and middle ear. And because of that, it could be useful. It is useful for some categories of deaf person as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we demonstrated it to many incubation center and got a good response. Then our professors asked to apply it for Smart India Hardware Hackathon. Fortunately, we got selected, shortlisted in 3 rounds. 17,000 applications were there. So that's how this journey started.
Okay, great. I think you are the one of the winner of Smart India Hackathon 2018.
Right.
Congratulations on this. Migraine and lack of sleep are very common issues these days, but solution already exists. There are medicine available for the same. So what makes your solution different or innovative?
Right. This is the same question when we approached to investors, they also ask that the corusins and many different kind of painkillers are available, then and they are cheap. Why would they adopt? They go for the device which cost somewhere about 10,000. So this is a very well-known fact and very much well documented in scientific community that how this allopathic medicine, which are generally prescribed for pain treatment and for in some way curing the migraine, uh, when these medicines are used for long time, they cause many serious problems in long term, like liver issues, um, stomach issues, stomach upset, and in many cases when for pregnant women this cannot be given. Many medicines of this class cannot be given, like beta blockers and many. Also, there is this is very interesting that the exact cause of migraine is not known. These medicines are only treating the symptoms, managing the symptoms, and that is why they are just used for managing the symptoms. And when they are given again and again, there is one term called rebound headache. Rebound headache happens, means this headache will start happening again and again. So there is no actual solution available, and when we take these medicines there is side effects. So definitely there is a need of this kind of medicine, this kind of device which could help people in relieving from migraine headache pain. And we go with the agenda that this device helps in reducing the drug dependency of the migraine sufferers. And doctors are very much appreciating because they know that how these medicines can be used, can cause side effects in a long term. In short term, just if it is happening once in a 2 month or twice in a 1 month, then it is okay. But many times this migraine usually happens 6 to 7 times a month for many peoples. So that is
Great.
how
Yeah.
it is different, and that is how we can see the use of the device.
Yeah, it's good to know that you have developed a solution without side effect for to treat migraine. Do you think the mental and psychological health issues should be discussed more openly in society?
So when we talk about mental health, they basically happen because of certain disorder and in many this kind of problems. Generally, these terms are associated like general anxiety disorder. Now, anxiety happens to everybody, but when it becomes disorder, then it's a serious issue because they are not in order. Anytime it will happen. And similar is with the other problems like obsessive compulsion disorder is also a kind of mental health problem. So compulsion happens in people with relation to many things because of insecurity and many things. But when it becomes disorder, means when there is no need but then also it will happen, then it becomes difficult. So definitely it should be discussed. It should be discussed because if we don't discuss, it becomes a suppression, and that is how it will blast up like a volcano, and it will lead to a more difficult situation. So I feel it should be discussed, as I discussed about myself, like how we came up with this solution.
Okay, great. I feel like you have developed a solution for your own problem and it's benefiting to everyone. And Jaideep, how does your product work? Can there be any chance of side effect?
So, ma'am, when we see basically this device comes into the category of brain stimulation. When we see what all types of stimulation techniques are available to change the brain activity or to relax down the nervous system, so we can categorize it into broadly three way. So first could be the electrical stimulation, in which electrodes will be used and electrical impulses will be given. Second is magnetic stimulation, in which magnetic waves will be given that will go inside the brain and it will change the again brain activity. And third could be sound stimulation. So in all these category, sound stimulation is more safer, and we use infrasound stimulation, unlike ultrasound stimulation, which is in the higher frequency zone, which will heat up the brain, and this cannot be given without the medical supervision. And this ultrasound is very new, and it has many critical uh, critical things come up when these are applied. So basically these are three techniques, but we are using sound because sound is something to which body is very used to, and that to bone conductive sound is that which we are already used to. If we see our evolution, we have been evolved from the oceans. So we used to perceive the sound through bone conduction only. So that is why this is very general, and mind actually changes his brain activity more easily, more conveniently with the help of infrasound, which is bone conductive. And there has been no side effects because we have studied in more than 1,000 in the span of 4.5 years, and we have referred many research articles, journals which have been published related to vibroacoustics, which are the similar methods. So far there have not been any side effects, but yes, there could be discomfort to some people, uh, and just immediately after discontinuing the device they would be again okay.
So it is
So it,
really interesting to know more details about your innovation. Jaideep, how well has your product been accepted? Are people comfortable with the idea of this alternative therapy?
So, when we started approaching to doctors, out of 10, 7 and 8 were like they were waiting for such kind of solution, because earlier we thought that when we would be approaching to doctors, they would be resisting because it could be a threat to what they are already actually practicing. But it turned out in another way. They were actually waiting for this kind of solution, and they were aware that in foreign there are methods like electrical stimulation and magnetic stimulation with which doctors are helping people suffering from migraine. So they were actually waiting for this, and when we demonstrated, they appreciated it in a very good manner, that this is something which could reduce at least drug dependency, which causes obesity, liver issues, and many other serious health conditions. So far the response has been good. We are now setting up experience center in Bangalore, and we are in communication with the three hospitals. Two clinics have already accepted the letter, and we are setting up this experience center where people can come up and try the device, and if they wish to have the device, they can then purchase it. So this
Really,
is how it is working out.
great. It's good to know the acceptance level of your product. And Jaideep, how cost effective and easily available it is to the people? Does it require any prescription?
So, uh, when we see into the category which CDSU classifies, CDSU has classified it into Class B category, and and also it doesn't need prescription because it is into Class B category. So people can directly take it from the over the counter. It is also right now it is not available over the counter. We are channelizing it through the doctors. So generally doctor generally demonstrate how this device could be useful for them, but after that if they like it they come to us, and then we take care of the logistics and other part. So that is how it is working on.
Great. Jaideep, please tell us how cost effective is your product?
So the actual price of the device is 15,000, but right now we are giving any discounted price of 10,000 through doctors channel who are our partners. But if we see the similar, not the similar method, but the stimulation devices like electrical stimulation and magnetic stimulation in foreign market, then they cost minimum 35,000 to 45,000, and we are availing it in a much less cost to the migraine sufferers. So I think it's a very much effective cost wise to the migraine sufferers.
Jaideep, it's good to know that you are contributing to Atmanirbhar Bharat. And Jaideep, it's a healthcare device. So you may have done a lot of product validation. And how did you work on the product validation?
So, ma'am, earlier we start the this when we started this concept, from that time lab testing we performed for in relation to safety and efficacy of the device. We tried on many people who were ready to try how effective it is for migraine pain. So in that way, we collected more than 1,000 human trial data, and we also went through standard protocols and regulatory approval like CDSU approval and other certification like ISO and C for this device. So this all process validates the safety and efficacy of the device. Recently, we are also working with few hospitals and clinics who are our experience center, and that these centers are allowing people to try the device. So all these centers are helping us in validating the device, and the clinical trial is also going on with them. So these are the steps which validates the device.
Great to know, like your product is already certified by CDSEO. Jaideep, where do you stand vice versa your competitors in this segment?
So, ma'am, we when we see ourselves in the competitive landscape, we see our direct competitor from the foreign products, because there are no stimulation devices, especially for migraine, available in India. So there are some devices which are available in foreign markets, and these devices work by methods such as electrical stimulation or magnetic stimulation. Now, there is one big issue with this stimulation technique is that if we don't apply the electrodes which are placed over here properly in a very appropriate manner, then the efficacy of the device, the electrical stimulation device or the magnetic stimulation device, goes down very drastically. This doesn't happen with the sound stimulation technique, especially the sound stimulation technique which we have developed, that is bone conductive infrasound wave, that is passed through our patented transducer. So in this transducer, if we place it over here or even here, little bit minor misplacement is there, then also the bone conductive sound will conduct and it will reach the nerve area like trigeminal nerve and occipital nerve, and it will stimulate it, and it will change the brain activity, and it will ease down the pain. So this is the one big advantage that our technology has, and that is how we are very different in the use case also, because in their method sometimes medical supervision is required for normal user to place it properly, but in our case it doesn't require. Even if you see from video, or if one time the doctor is telling you to place it this way, that's okay.
It's good to know your unique solution for this problem. Jaideep, what is the market size for such products? How do you plan to position yourself in the healthcare market?
So, ma'am, as I told, migraine is the third most common illness in the world. By figure, it is 1 billion people suffer from migraine. But if we see that what are the what who are those people who would try the device or definitely need this solution, then there are certain kind of personalities like people who are having migraine more than 6 or 5 times in a month. They definitely need this kind of device, because the drug dependency will keep on increasing, and in that way it will be very difficult for them to uh, uh, reduce the side effects. Then there are some women who cannot tolerate a certain kind of medicines because of hormonal issues, then pregnant women. So these are the categories in which there is a strong use case. And also we are targeting to the age of people from 30 to 50, because this is the age where mostly the migraine is in more number of uh, frequencies. So these are the categories where we are targeting our device right now.
Yeah, it's good to know that you have rightly identified your beneficiaries. And Jaideep, what are the challenges that you faced at the onset of your journey as an entrepreneur?
So initially, when we started this journey, those time we used to design many things for testing, and there will be vendors where the company will approach to get it fabricated. But since we were startup and with very limited financial resources, so they were all asking for the MOQ. That was the big challenge. I still remember those times. We used to do most of our research work with the already available device, already available. Like if we need coil, then we used to take it out from the already devices which uses coil, voice coil, like a headphone or this kind of things. So that was the frugal way of doing it, and that was the biggest thing which we faced. But our mentors, I would like to take their names. Deepak Bhopatkar sir and Sudarshan Natu, they helped us very much in passing through those hurdles. And also our team, we're very much stable with these hurdles also, because sometimes we were planning like we will be doing it in 15 days, and since the other industries or vendors were not responding for our low quantity, we were keep trying with different techniques or other methods. There were many times where we were running out of funds, and there was financial crisis, but still there was a good hope that something would come up, and that's how we kept doing it. And now at this stage it is quite stable right now. And since the R&D part is also over now, we are approaching to doctors, the real consumers, and the response has been so far good.
Great, Jaideep. It's good to know that you have right mentors and right team for your product development. Jaideep, please tell us about the funding that you have received and how you utilized it.
So for ma'am, so we started from the AICT grant when we first won the competition. At that time, we got winning prize of 1 lakh. That was the first amount, and then we were promised that we would be getting 10 lakh grant. And but it took 1 year. We waited for 1 year, but at that time 1 year it was not idle wait. We were striving with our family and friends money to develop the solution, and we started the real development in 2018. In 2017 we developed the core idea, the prototype, and in 2018 industrial standard development started. From 2018 to 19 we developed the solution. uh, at that time we also pivoted many times the solution which was developed, like we were trying to go into the uh, disability sector, like autism and other categories. But then we realized that's not the good market to tap right now. So we moved to stress market. Then we in that process of testing we found out that people who are having headache because of stress or many reasons, and especially the migraine, we are saying that this is very fantastic solution, because in just 20 minutes the migraine headache pain will very getting reduced significantly. So that's how in earlier days we used to develop the solution.
Right, as you rightly said, Jaideep, you need to pivot your solution at some point of time. You can't cater to all the beneficiaries. So it's good to know that you also pivoted your solution. And Jaideep, what are your future plans and goals?
So, ma'am, as I said, the Brahmanch has the vision to serve the domain of mental health care, in which Migra Leaf is the first product. But we have been also supported by many institutes in terms of fundings and other supports, where we have developed, but we are not into the market for those products that are GSR based biofeedback device, which helps in monitoring the mental health activity, so we can know earlier, much earlier, that this person is going to have the anxiety, or person is suffering from anxiety. And this device is called Shunyam, which makes proper chart of the mental health tracking, which helps in monitoring the mental health stages. It is very useful for psychologists and for biofeedback training. The third product is hearing aid. Um, there is a special category of deafness, uh, that is called conductive hearing loss. So for this conductive hearing loss, till now there are products which have been imported, and they cost 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh. So we have developed the solution which will cost in 50,000, not more than 50,000, and it will help people who are having conductive hearing loss. So see, these are the products which are in pipeline, but our major focus is into mental health care. So we will be developing the different versions of the microleaf also, and we are also developing the community around that with the help of app, where people can come up and have a discussion that how what sort of methodology they have adopted to come up um, with the mental health hurdles.
Great. It's good to know that you have a lot of products in your pipeline for based on this conduction. And you said about that you have applied for the patent. Can you just brief about your patent on this technology?
So we had applied for the patent in 2019, and in 2021 we got granted for bone conduction technology. And right now, this is a platform. It's a kind of platform technology, because we are using it for many different products. So the the other patent which we are right now working is for the microleaf, because there are features which in other versions which we are adding. So for that we are working.
Congratulations, Jaideep.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you have to give a message or some advice to budding entrepreneur, what would it be?
My message would be that uh, every entrepreneur should solve the problem which is very much linked to his own uh, uh, personality, or what we say, the real issues, and not that they shouldn't be feeling like I am solving society's problem, or this is somebody else's problem that I should solve, because in that case the real effort would not come out. If you think that this is my problem, it should be solved, I am developing something which would be really helpful for me, then the real solution would come up. This is the first message. And also adding into that sometimes we are very much occupied with the solutions which are already available, and we are stuck with that. So keep your mind empty when we are thinking about the solution. That is how we can go out of the box and come up with a great solution. And that is how universe works with us to bring out the best. That's my message.
Yeah, thank you, Jaideep. Thank you for being with us. It is like necessity is the base for innovation. You wanted to reiterate to our innovators. Thank you for being with us. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Innovative solutions in the healthcare sector can provide convenient, effective, and affordable treatments for nowadays changing and stressful times and increasingly empowered healthcare consumers. We hope innovators like Jaideep keep up their good work in making our life easier with such innovative solutions and take our country to great heights. So, on this positive note, I bid you goodbye. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.